interesting thing we were kind of talking about afterwards is I think a lot of the people there were there for Trevor and they hadn't probably ever gone to a stand-up comedy set before.
Accurate.
So they didn't really know how to act. Like, because I think a lot of internet people type shows, they almost want the crowd to like interact or whatever so that you know, like, oh my God, it's the guy that I always see and I'm like the biggest fan. Like, so you almost feel like entitled or, you know, especially when people are celebrities on your phone, they're like physically smaller. So they feel more like reachable. Like he was kind of talking about how, you know, people will yell at him in like airports and stuff like that and just yell lines from his like special, from his like,
he goes, a lot of
bits and
people
stuff.
know my face and my skits, but they don't know my name. So they'll just yell things to be like, yo, what up, White Claw? White Claw. I'll be like, it's Bang. Like,
Yeah, they know him and his face and his lines, but they don't know his name or whatever. But I think, you know, for example, like you wouldn't run up to Tom Cruise and have that type of reaction. You know what I mean? You'd be like, holy shit, that's Tom.
run up to Tom Cruise.
Cause,
Yeah,
but he's on the big screen. You know what I mean? Like it's physically bigger. And I think when you have these like Instagram famous or like internet famous people, they're on your phone. So they're like literally smaller. They feel more like connected. And so people just think they like know you and can run up on you and shit.
I mean, we know that exists, or I knew that exists from the very beginning.
Yeah,
mainly because watching Casey and how he had zero privacy for himself.
Yeah.
And then eventually his life became very creepy and he became very affected at his lack of privacy in multiple areas of his life, where even people were like showing up to his daughter's school to like wait for him to show up so they could say hi. Like it was just creepy.
That's just over the line.
So for me, it's like no one knows my physical address. No one knows where specifically I live in Atlanta. They know that I live in Atlanta. No one knows my personal phone number. No one has my personal email. Like, although I
do.
Yeah, although I'm a very public person, I stay very private on purpose because I know the internet, and people think that because they spend 2 to 3 hours with you watching videos over a year, that they spend so far, if they've listened to every podcast episode, you've spent
16 hours. And that's just the video podcast. I mean, we have a whole year's worth of other podcasts. I mean, people have spent literally days hanging out with us.
Yeah, hours and hours and hours and hours. So they think that there's this like intimacy, there's this bond, and it's like, I'm sorry, dudes, like, I like you guys a lot. You're my homies, especially if you're a guy who's my age, who does things that I do, who also is a wheelchair user. Like, dope, what up? I'll say, hey. But it's a lot of people that it's like, you know so much about me, and I don't even know your name or your face. Like, I might even be DMing with you on the regular, and you might just be like a picture of, you know, like an emoji or something. Like, I literally have no idea. So
that's happened to me a few times with like Snapchat stuff, because like for a while I was like really into that, and people would like, especially in the festival EDM kind of world, they'd like run up on me at a concert and be like, yo dude, it's me or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, what's up dude, and I had no idea who they were, but they were like homies with me on Snapchat.
Yeah,
like they'd always message me about my stories or whatever, but like I wouldn't really watch theirs or like whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It totally happens.
It's about like, well, it makes it harder because we currently live in the era where in order to be successful online, you almost have to call your fans friends. You know, it's like, hi friends, let's come to our meetup. You know me personally, you know my life. You know, let me interact with you in the messages and the DMs. And it's like, I think that's cool. I think that intimacy is dope, but it's something like, even I've had people reach out to me, it's like, yo, dude, if you ever need to talk about anything, I'm here for you. And it's like, got a girlfriend, got a best friend, got a family. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, got a therapist. Don't need to chat with a stranger about my life. Don't know who you are.
Yeah. It does feel kind of like because I remember on TikTok the other day, like I'm the J posted something about like being sad or whatever, and then all the comments are like, we love you, don't feel sad, blah blah blah. And it's a weird dynamic because she's got like 2 million followers that all love her and think she's hilarious, but she's still lonely and sad. You know what I mean?
She's
It's
like
like
some 17-year-old kid from Florida somewhere who's just goofy and weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird, right? Because like people, my friend Alex, I was talking to him yesterday about this same subject.
He's a pretty successful musician, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he's a full-time musician. He makes a full-time living being a musician. He was recently on The Voice. Alex Guthrie, shout out.
What up?
Yeah, dude, he was talking about the difference between being a fan and being like a friend, you know, because I was
very,
like,
very different.
because I was like, well, I'm a fan of yours. He's like, yeah, but you're not, dude. Like,
He's like, you're my friend.
yeah. He's like, you're my friend who appreciates my music. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right, because fan is short for fanatic.
Yep.
That's a weird one, right? Because it's like,
I mean, I
you're
think
literally
about-
a fanatic. Like, you run up on someone, you're like, oh my God. I don't know if take that bit out of context, that'd be hilarious. That
Can
soundbite.
that be a clip for the podcast?
Oh my God.
Let's just clip that.
I know, right?
Specifically for the podcast group.
Yeah.
Got it.
So anyways, but I don't think I'd run up on anyone like that, because I've
I don't
been
get
on like
I don't
a
get starstruck at all.
I get starstruck, but I don't think I'd run up and say, "Oh my God," and like freak out.
It's like when we met
You know what I
Louie
mean?
at the
Yeah.
coffee shop. We were like, "Oh, hey, Lou, what's up? You don't know who I am, but I watched your vlogs. See ya." You know, it was
Yeah, I
nothing
didn't
like.
go, "Holy shit, I've watched every single one of your videos. I'm the biggest fan." Like, that's so weird and unattractive to everyone.
Yeah, and
Like,
be-
what
and-
makes
and-
you think that person now wants to like have a meaningful interaction with you?
Yeah, and because we were so
Because you're so imbalanced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to come and meet someone on the same human level, but if you're all the way here and they're feeling here, like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think Billie Eilish talks about this a lot, and you know, there's a few other celebrities out there that's like, we're just regular people that just happen to be on camera a lot. Like, you
Totally.
just see,
Justin Bieber is a big example of that for sure.
It's like, I'm literally just a regular dude. Like, leave me alone. Like, don't go crazy over me.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I'm just
also a
guy.
lot of celebrities and stuff are like low-key weird as shit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they're weirdos. Like, the reason why they got kind of big or whatever is because they were unique, and like,
and a lot of
that
people fell
comes
in
with
love
weirdness.
with the character they played on a show. You know, they didn't actually fall in
Yes.
love with them as an actor or them as a person. Like, I think about
Actors being famous and like celebrated so much is such a weird phenomenon, because no one else in the industry, whether they're more important or not, are not celebrated in that way, you know?
well, that's what it is about the film and television industry. Is it is an art form that is the most public form of art. It is the most recognizable form of art, and it's a person attached, not the art itself. So therefore, you feel like you have a connection to them, that you know them, you know about them, and it's very strange.
Yeah.
But I think all in all, like, I talked about it in my notes. Like, I love cultivating a relationship. Like, I love my wheelie boys. Like, I love having. It's got to the point where I've pretty much unfollowed everybody except for other wheelie dudes, like a few wheelie girls, whatever. Like, I just love that online. And when you talk about the difference between a friend and a
discrimination. I'm just kidding.
whatever, I think about, you know, you talk about a difference between a friend and a fan. I think a lot of my friends are not my fans, and
Totally.
what I mean by that is, oh, excuse me,
I burped at the same time,
Yeah.
too.
they don't
Twinning.
listen to every podcast episode. They don't even watch every single one of my videos. They might see something on my Instagram and leave a comment, but we interact in real life. They already know me. They don't need to watch videos and listen to podcasts. Like, I think about, like, my girl. Like, I don't think she watches or listens to anything. Like, I don't think
No, she doesn't.
because I spend so much time with her in real life. Like, I don't think she. Like, she's like, why would I care to, like,
Yeah.
listen to you talk more? Like, you annoy me already, you know? Like,
If your girlfriend doesn't secretly hate you, she's
if you-
not your
if
girlfriend.
Your girlfriend isn't secretly mad. She's not your girl. She's not your girlfriend. All girlfriends are secretly mad. If your girlfriend,
Mad at you.
yeah,
Not just mad. They're mad at you.
secretly mad at you. And if your girl ain't secretly mad at you, she's not your girl.
Yo, speaking of actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, you hear about his age gap thing
What, he's never dated someone
over
over
the age
25?
of 25, I think. Which I'm right there. I'm at that cutoff. I can't date Leo anymore.
Damn, bro.
Damn.
That's a problem.
That was a bucket list item. I guess that's not in the SMART goals acronym. That's not attainable anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I know for me,
not realistic
when
anymore.
When I was dating, I always did 4 up, 4 down. That was my rule, because I wanted to be with someone that I had the potential to be in high school with at the same time.
Yeah.
That was-
I agree. I
was-
can agree with that.
was similar pop culture, similar reference, similar life experiences. Like, I kind of wanted someone who was right in that range, and Jalila's right at the bottom of that. She's 4 years, maybe a little bit more than 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Like, she was going into high school when
How old is Juliana? 26, 25?
26. Yeah, she'll be 27 on May 5th. But
There we go.
yeah, so I liked that age range. personally. But I think the older you get,
The less it matters.
the less it matters. I think there's still, this is my thought. After 25, most people, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, yeah.
I think before 25, there's
There's a lot of learning.
huge differences. And I think
For sure.
I think a 40-year-old and a 25-year-old can date, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I think
That's pretty big. 40 and 25.
I've seen it work out. I think
Yeah.
I think maturity levels play a big role into it. I think life experience plays a big role into it. I think it isn't just black and white, but I think 16, 18, 20, 22, 24
changes, yeah.
drastically changes every couple of years. I mean, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 are like huge, but once you hit 25, it's like 25, 30, 35, 40. It kind of it gets bigger. Like I think
Yeah.
like I think about 25-year-old me versus 30-year-old me. That's a huge change because I had a very strange life path. Like I was getting clean at that age, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think it was. Yeah, I turned 25 or 26 in rehab. I forget. I think it was 26. But it was one of these things that like it depends on where you're at in life. Like it depends on your emotional maturity. It depends on your career. It depends on so much. I mean,
you brought it up earlier, but I've heard of this too. Is like half your age plus 7, right?
I think that's right. So if you're
Plus
30,
Plus 4.
I heard +4.
No, he
before
was
we
talking about
started.
plus 4 and plus 4 minus 4, like from your age.
yeah. So I'm 31. I'd like to date someone who's 35 or 27. Like it's up or down 4 years. But if you're like 40,
Because if you're 20 and you did half your age plus 4, you'd be dating a 14-year-old. But that's still
Yeah,
17.
because when I
which
heard
is
that, I was
creepy.
like, oh, that would be 15.
yeah. But
You're
if
like,
you're 40,
So not legal.
if you're 40, cut it in half, add 7, that's 27. I think that's
pretty
manageable.
reasonable.
I think that's manageable.
Yeah, like 60, cut it in half, 30, 37. 60, 37?
Bit of
reasonable.
a stretch.
Bit of a stretch, but
Reasonable.
I can see it happening. Trisha Paytas, what up?
This is what happens. As long as you have a generally mature younger person
Yeah.
and a generally
yeah.
immature older person, you good.
Yeah. I mean, we get along great. And we're not dating. I mean, unless
I
unless
literally
you think
don't.
we are.
I literally don't even think about it, dude. Like I was thinking.
I think about it so infrequently.
the other
too.
day, someone asked me like, "How old is Andrew?" And I was like, "I don't even fucking know." I literally had to text you or call you. I was like, "Hey, you're 25, right?" Like
Yeah.
I had to double check because I think I don't even
Yeah, I remember that. You're like, I'm like,
like I don't even
yeah.
I don't even know how old you are, DJ. What are you, 20, 22?
22.
22. I don't care.
Yeah, it's weird to think you guys are like 9 years apart.
Yeah, that's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, I know. But it's just weird that it's like 66% of your life. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like it's like 2/3.
Well, what I also
Because
think
10 years is 10 years, but also like 10 years to a 10-year-old is their whole life. That's 100% of their life, you know?
Yeah, I think about it too, man. It's like I hope to live to 100. I mean, with medical advances, I think it's pretty possible. Maybe even longer.
If your quality of life is good.
Yeah. But I think about like I'm 31. That means I've got 66.6% to go. I got a long way to go.
Mhm.
Like
It's
I'm,
a good way to think about
like
life.
I'm good. Like I'm gonna be aight. You know,
Mhm.
people. I know for me personally, I got a major patience problem. And the way I can remedy that is if I look back 1 year and see where I was 1 year ago. I'm like, oh, I'm cool. If I look back 6 months ago or 3 months ago, I'm a little fidgety. I'm like, it's not as big as change as I want. But I think about like on a day-by-day basis, like frequently, I do not succeed the way I want to every day.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this, and this. Hell yeah. And I'll get like 2 or 3 of the things done. I'm like, oh man, I kind of failed today. I'm going to screw off.
Instead of looking at the things you did,
I'm going to screw off the
things
next
you
couple
didn't do.
hours, whatever. But then in a span of a week, it's like, yo fam, I did a lot of things.
Mhm.
But then I look in a span of a year, like, holy.
Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode that clip was from, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click right here. And if you want to watch more clips, we got 2 more right here.